and welcome to a Chesapeake Public Schools Family Empowerment webinar. My name is Laura Lerf, and I'm one of the Family and Community Engagement Specialists. Our office, which is part of the Department of Engagement, aims to build meaningful partnerships that inspire, engage, and empower families, educators, and community organizations to support the initiatives of Chesapeake Public Schools. You can reach us at our main phone line or via email at the contact information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to working together to strengthen our community and support our students. Our goal is to continue providing families with valuable webinars, events, and information to empower them in the educational setting. We're excited to offer our families the Peak Parent University course catalog, which provides an overview of all of our events for the school year. Here, you can also catch up on pre-recorded webinars, explore a wide range of educational resources, and make valuable community connections to enhance your family's well-being. Please take a moment to scan the QR code, which will give you access to our Peak Parent University. This will provide you with monthly updates, including descriptions, times, and locations of upcoming events. We hope you will join us for our next events, which are listed on the screen. You can also go to cpschools.com and in the search menu, type Peak Parent University. Thank you for joining us this evening for our webinar on using Major Clarity to be college and career ready. We're excited to welcome our panelists from Chesapeake Public Schools and from Major Clarity. Before we get started, please note that this webinar is being recorded and will be shared on the Chesapeake Public Schools YouTube channel. For privacy and security, participant cameras and the chat feature have been disabled. If you have any questions during the session, please use the Q&A feature, which is located at the bottom of your screen. We will address all of your questions by the end of tonight's presentation. And now it's our pleasure to introduce the panelists. First, from Chesapeake Public Schools, we have Dr. Shonda Pittman-Windham, Director of College and Career Readiness, Ms. Christine Sparalakis-Babb, Coordinator of College and Career Readiness, and Mrs. Dana Hanson, Coordinator of School Counseling. And from Major Clarity, we have Miss Alexa Herrera. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. At this time, I would like to turn the program over to Dr. Shonda Windham.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Department of College and Career Readiness, I want to sincerely thank you for joining us today to learn more about Major Clarity. Major Clarity is the new college and career readiness platform for secondary students here in Chesapeake Public Schools, and we're excited to show you how it will support you and your students. My name is Shonda Windham, and I have the privilege of supporting adult and continuing education, career and technical education, school counseling, and our specialized academies. The mission of our department is simple yet vital: to ensure that every student leaves Chesapeake Public Schools prepared to pursue one of the 3 E's: to become employed and join the workforce, to enlist in one of the 6 branches of the U.S. military, or to enroll in a community college, trade school, or university. During today's session, we'll explore how Major Clarity helps students identify their strengths, explore career pathways, and make more informed decisions about their futures. It's also a valuable resource for teachers and counselors, equipping them with the tools they need to guide students as they connect classroom learning to their long-term goals. Thank you once again for spending part of your day with us. We hope you leave with a clear understanding of how Major Clarity can make college and career planning more meaningful, impactful, and accessible for every student. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Christine Sparalakis-Babb, our College Readiness Coordinator.
Good evening. I'm Chris Babb, and I'm the College Readiness Coordinator. I'm excited to share that on October 22nd, 2025, we will have Envision, a college and career readiness night from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Chesapeake Conference Center. This night will include Academy presentations for middle school families and CCC and EVMS health science presentations for high school families. There will also be a walkabout showcase highlighting the college and career readiness opportunities in our school system, including a table on Major Clarity. On October 27th, 2025, from 6 to 8 p.m., we will host our annual college fair at Indian River High School. Meet college representatives, learn about dual enrollment, financial aid, and Major Clarity. We hope to see you there. Tonight, we're going to talk about Major Clarity, our new college and career readiness program for all students in grades 6 through 12. Students will use this platform on their Chromebooks using Clever. Students may access the program from home or school. At this time, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Mrs. Dana Hanson, Coordinator of School Counseling, to introduce Major Clarity and our guest speaker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dana Hanson. I am the coordinator of school counseling. And as Dr. Wyndham and Mrs. Sparalakis-Babb just mentioned, tonight we're going to review Major Clarity, which is a digital platform that allows students to identify and explore their personality, their learning style, career interest, as well as formulate post-high school plans. Tonight, we're fortunate enough to have Mrs. Alexis Herrera from Major Clarity to help walk us through this platform. Please, just as a side note, please put all of your questions in the Q&A so they can be answered at the end of tonight's presentation. And at this time, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Miss Alexa.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Alexa Herrera, and I am supporting you all to discuss what exactly Major Clarity is and how it can support your students. And like everyone mentioned before, how it is going to be supporting Chesapeake's vision overall. Major Clarity is a CCR platform, so College and Career Readiness platform, with the goal of helping students translate career exploration into academic and post-secondary planning, making sure that all students, when they leave Chesapeake, have a vision and goal and alignment for their future and that transition, whether it be, like was mentioned before, directly into the workforce, military, or enrolling into a 2-year, 4-year, or technical trade school. The vision for Major Clarity and Chesapeake. So Major Clarity will be used in grades 6 through 12 for all of our secondary classrooms. It has began September 2025 with the goal to help make sure that career readiness is attainable for all students at Chesapeake. Major Clarity will help students connect the dots between career exploration and their academic plans, their post-secondary planning, and CTE programs available to them at their schools. Major Clarity will create awareness of all the district program offerings for your students and post-secondary pathway opportunities available to them. Also increasing students' self-awareness and ownership of their learning overall. At Chesapeake, CTE teachers will be incorporating career exploration in their classes and using Major Clarity to facilitate this. The student journey of Major Clarity is very sequential in order. So when your students log into the platform, they're going to begin their student journey with an assessment. There are 2 assessments inside of Major Clarity. You'll find that students can complete a personality assessment and a learning style assessment. Both of the results from those assessments will help guide students into identifying a career path fit score for them, which they can then engage in through a series of career exploration, both through video interview content and also simulations, or what we call our test drives. Their exploration in these different career paths will be ultimately guided and adapted over time, where students can personally select their own fit against different career paths. And then within those, they can also identify individual occupations, which contain localized labor data, wages, job growth, and job presence of different occupations within. Like we mentioned before, Major Clarity is going to help students connect the dots through career exploration into their academic planning. Identifying for students the different CTE programs and pathways available to them at their schools, and helping make informed decisions about their elective choices and what ultimately is going to be guiding them in that post-secondary journey. Within the platform, you will find that your students will have access to a digital academic and career plan, or ACP, as is commonly known in Virginia. This is also going to be combined with different applications for career exploration and prep, which we can find for work-based learning, Students can identify work-based learning opportunities that are being promoted through Chesapeake Public Schools and also have access to importing their own work-based learning that they have secured. They have also the ability to create a resume as well as a cover letter in the platform and have access to micro-credentials, which are 3 to 4 hour self-paced courses that we've built out with leading industry employers and organizations, as well as a full feature of post-secondary planning tools, which include scholarship searching and post-secondary institution searching. Like Christine mentioned before, students will be logging in to Major Clarity via Clever. Parents, it is worth noting, if you could just go back one slide. Thank you. Parents, it is worth noting that you will be logging in through your child's account to access Major Clarity. Student features, like we mentioned before, and we're going to be going over in more detail in just a moment's time, is you're going to find access to your student's progress tracker, their profile, their student journal, the personality and learning styles assessments, the different career exploration features they have available to them, their academic and career plan, and then those post-secondary preparation tools. When your students log into the platform, they're going to find that they have a portfolio and progress tracker. In the section that you can see right here where it says My Progress with 62% as an example, students have an outline list of tasks that they are being asked to complete it based on their grade level. So if you have a 6th grade student and you have a 9th grade student, your students might see a different list of tasks assigned to them. For your students, it's very easy to access. Everything is hyperlinked within the platform so they can click and get right to the assigned activity. If they hover over the I button, they can learn more about the assigned task. They can keep track of their percent of completion, as well as all of their teachers and district admins as well. In addition, on this page, students can shortlist different favorited career paths, scholarships, occupations, post-secondary institutions, and then also keep track of those test drives, the activities and interview contents that they have rated. This page will also reflect a copy of their course history. The assessments. Students have both the personality and learning styles assessment available to complete to them. The personality assessment will help guide career path fit scores to help students learn more about careers that are matched to their interests and strengths. This is an example of the personality assessment and one of the questions within. You can find for your students that it will ask them a question of, would you enjoy performing the following activity? In this case, it's asking, would they enjoy selling restaurant locations to individuals? Students will simply respond by selecting yes, no, or if they are not sure, maybe. The learning styles assessment is also a great way for students to get tips about their learning strategies. So if they're an auditory learner or a kinesthetic learner, for example, and how that reflects and interacts back in their classroom or future workplace. With your students, they can always hover over that eye icon to learn more about that particular result. Career exploration. After students complete the personality assessment and the learning styles assessment, they can then move into career exploration. And you're going to find that in this section of the platform, there are 66 different career paths available to students. Within each of those career paths, they're going to have access to watching a series of interview content and also completing a simulation, or what we call a test drive. After watching the interview and/or completing that simulation, students have the opportunity to score their fit in that career path on a sliding scale, ranging from bad to great. Depending on how they self-reflect and rate on their own personal fit, that fit score that is presented to them will adjust. So for example, your students complete the assessments in Major Clarity, and it says that education is a 96% fit for them. They then have the option to go in and self-reflect upon the career path within education and rate their own personal fit. Depending on how they self-rate, that 96% could be ultimately adjusted to a higher or lower number. The intention behind having students access as early and as often as possible with career exploration is ultimately to help guide academic planning and then help students future guide into their post-secondary readiness goals. With students, we want them to be able to make informed and accurate reflections and decisions and conversations about the courses available to them at CPS in alignment, again, with their own personal career interests and the career exploration they have done. Within Major Clarity, students will be able to see all of the different CTE pathways available at their school. Once they select a pathway, they can then see a recommended course plan for them aligned to that particular CTE program. So if, for example, your students are interested in Chesapeake's culinary program, they will see recommended courses for them within the plan of culinary studies. It is worth noting that students can always change their pathway should their interests change over time, and that the recommendations for coursework are just that. They are just recommendations. Students can still ultimately look at all of the courses available to them at their schools and then plan a study in accordance with that. Within the platform, you will see that your child's coursework is broken down starting in 7th grade. When you see the green check marks as listed here on your screen, that is the course history that is being imported into the platform from Synergy. All of the courses that you're seeing in this example without green check marks are your students indicating the coursework that they would like to take within those subsequent years. Major Clarity will not only recommend the coursework within a CTE program, but it will also help guide your students into identifying coursework recommended at their grade level for core classes as well. They will also be able to see their progress towards graduation through the graduation tracker listed on the right-hand side in this area of Major Clarity. Some things to know about Major Clarity's ACP or Academic Career Plan. Students can independently plan for courses aligned to their interests. The course planner serves as that launch pad for students to have student-driven conversations with their counselors and the rest of their academic team about what their interests are and how they would like to align that with their academic plans. And this also eliminates the need for a parent portal. Parent and guardians do not need to go through any extra steps to receive, approve, or sign for their child's ACP. It's kept super easy for you all on your end. The academic and career plan. So every single one of your students are going to have a 3-page automated academic and career plan. So it's completely updated in real time, reflecting each of your students' individual tasks, all of their ACP updates, so those personality assessment results, the pathway that they've selected, the diploma type that they plan on receiving, what their post-grad decision is intended to be, and if they have received any career workplace readiness certificates, etc. It is worth noting that the ACP within Major Clarity does meet Virginia graduation plan requirements and is also intended to not only help your students align both their career exploration into academic planning, but also the counseling teams at Chesapeake Public Schools with class scheduling and deeper conversations with their students. Post-secondary planning. Within Major Clarity, students can use the post-secondary planning searches to assist with exploring not only all 4-year institutions within the United States, but also all 2-year schools and technical certificate schools. We understand that every student's journey looks a little bit different from the other, and we want to make sure that we are reflecting that. Students can also review all financial resources within the platform. We import every single scholarship within Sallie Mae. So please guide them to using this or having those conversations with their counselors so that they can find any available financial aid to support them. Within the platform as well, you'll also find that Chesapeake Public Schools will be importing work-based learning opportunities, promoting those to students. But in addition to those being offered by Chesapeake, students also have the opportunity to track and manage hours for any work-based learning secured on their own. This could be paid employment, it could be an internship, scholarship, apprenticeship, etc. As mentioned prior, there are also micro-credentials for your students. So these are 3 to 4 hour self-paced courses that we've built out with different educational institutions and leading employers. You can see here in this snapshot that there is a cybersecurity micro-credential from Kingland University, an energy from Dominion Energy. These are available for students in grades 9 through 12. Definitely a great thing for your students to take advantage of to, again, further their exploration and also set them up for success when it comes to creating an overall academic portfolio that they can then submit to prospective employers or different educational institutions. There is also a resume builder and a cover letter builder available in platform to students. At this time, we are going to open it up to audience Q&A. Please input all of your Q&A down the bottom on your Zoom bar, and we will address those. Thank you so much, everyone.
And Dana, do we have any questions tonight in the Q&A?
Yes, I apologize for that. Are these micro-credential industries recognized or just like participation checkoffs?
That's a great question. The micro-credentials are a pre-qualification for opportunities within a particular career path. Since they are, say, 3 to 4 hours in nature, if a student does complete an HVAC course, we don't exactly expect them to service someone's HVAC in 3 to 4 hours. But again, we do consider it a pre-qualification for opportunities within the field that would pertain to.
Okay, thank you. Will all students be taking the assessments and surveys in school, or should these be done at home?
The students will be taking them in school. They can retake them at any time. We recommend a minimum of once a year. But again, the students will plan for having them done in school, but they may also take them as home as well.
Thank you. The next question, what grade can a student start this?
In Chesapeake, we are doing grades 6 through 12.
Mrs. Herrera, will this slide be released for everyone to view separately from this, or is it only going to be in the video recording?
The slides have also been released. I will leave the team of CPS to discuss how that will be administered to everybody.
And Mrs. Sparlakis-Babb, could you please repeat the special event that is happening on October 22nd and the location?
Happy to. That is our Envision Night. It's called a College and Career Readiness Night. That is October 22nd. It is at the Chesapeake Conference Center. It's going to highlight all of our specialized academies like SMA and STEM. And then it's also going to have a walkabout room that shows all of our CTE programs like ROTC, Peak Cafe, Major Clarity, dual enrollment. And then there's also going to be some high school presentations on from CCC, EBMS Health Science Academy. And again, we'll have some counselors there to speak as well. So it should be an exciting night from 6 to 8 p.m. on October 22nd.
And does the ACP created through Major Clarity provide pathways for students interested in pursuing 2-year degrees while they're still in high school, possibly like dual enrollment?
Chris, do you want me to answer this one? Yes, it does. So as Chris just mentioned a moment ago, we have all of your different academies available for students, specialized programs, including dual enrollment, as well as when students are in the academic planner, so they can not only see those specialized programs and academies available to them, including dual enrollment, but they can also search for all courses, including dual enrollment courses, to put into their planner and academic program of study.
And Ms. Hanson, if you don't mind if I add, we do have monthly dual enrollment nights held at TCC campus. On the third Tuesday of the month, I am there with our TCC Chesapeake manager as well to talk in detail. Sometimes Ms. Hanson is there as well to talk in detail about if you would like to earn that associate's degree or the UCGS degree. So that's another option for you as well.
And they'd like to know, is this free and available to all of our students?
Yes.
Little confusion with the parent portal side that we mentioned earlier, logging in as their child. No approvals are needed. So how does a parent sign the 4-year plan?
That is a great question. I can answer that one. So you are correct in the first part. Parent portal is not required. You will log in through your child's account. When it comes to viewing their academic and career plan, you can do so through your child's account. When it comes to signature, that will either be sent at home, like via a backpack or other means of printout copy for you to sign. Should Chesapeake Public Schools also wish to push those out electronically, there is that feature in the platform as well.
Okay. And will Major Clarity be at VACT in 2 weeks?
We will not be.
And is there additional information about work studies?
Is this, I'm guessing this is for the work-based learning question. Is that what this pertains to?
I hate to assume, so I apologize. It just says, is there more
Yeah.
information about the work studies?
So I'm going to presume it applies to that as well. So we do have work-based learning coordinators assigned to our high schools. So you can reach through your counseling department, ask for the work-based learning coordinator. They can talk with you about opportunities. Also, they'll be sharing some things in here. And also they will be there on October 22nd to talk with families as well.
Thank you. That was actually our last question. Are there any other questions? Oh, we got one that popped in. Is this program available during the summer for the students to explore careers and take assessments and grades between their grades?
Yes. It is available all year long.
And also one highlight, Major Clarity will also be available after they graduate if students put in a personal email later. So it really can follow them to help them make their choices.
And I love this. Someone said, thank you so much for this information. I'm excited to see student engagement skyrocket. It says, I am a Chesapeake resident, but my son attends Catholic school in Virginia Beach. How can he get a Clever account?
That is something we will have to get back to you about, but you may want to check with your school to see if they have Major Clarity. If not, we'll reach out to you as an individual. Thank you.
That appears to be the last question in the Q&A.
All right, we will keep monitoring the Q&A for the next couple minutes before we sign off, so please feel free to put any more questions that you have. Thank you so much to our panelists for their wealth of information. If you have any specific questions that we didn't answer about tonight's webinar, or if you'd like additional information, please feel free to contact us at FACE, F-A-C-E, at cpschools.com. Keep in mind also that Let's Talk is the perfect two-way communication for any comments, questions, suggestions, or concerns that you may have. You can stay connected to Chesapeake Public Schools through the different platforms that are listed on the screen. Make sure you scan the QR code to download the Chesapeake Public Schools app to receive notifications about important events. Again, I'd like to thank all of our panelists for sharing information with us this evening. Looks like we have one more question that popped through. I can ask it. My child is 14, and I'm wondering how their information is protected as minors in the program.
Chris, would you like me to answer part of this? Okay. So the only information that we have on students is their name and also their student ID and email address. There is no personalized information outside of that. I don't even have on file if your student has an IEP or anything to that nature. So none of that is in platform. I also want to note that this was a very long due diligence process upon Chesapeake Public Schools, about 1.5 years of going back and forth with our legal team and theirs. I'll leave it open to Chris and Dana to add any more context regarding that, should there be any as well.
Yes, most of the information again in there is for students to be self-empowered. So the information is really, it's a student tool. Again, the counselors have access, school employees have access on there, but again, it's a student tool to help encourage engagement. If you have any more questions about that, we can answer you individually.
All right, thank you so much. So please remember this webinar has been recorded and will be uploaded to the Chesapeake Public Schools YouTube page. We will also be emailing the slides out separately to anyone who registered for the webinar this evening. So you'll be getting those in the next few days. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And remember, families and communities work better together. Have a good evening, everyone.